back to you.
Thanks, Desi. Definitely a playoff-type atmosphere. It's the Los Angeles Temptation versus the Austin Acoustic. Who
tonight, they will step up and possibly be the number 2 team in the Western Conference.
They still have a very long road ahead of them. And to get the game underway, Michelle Marshall kicking
5 yards. Not great numbers. Again, a lot of teammates didn't think she deserved to start tonight, but here in the game.
A 2nd and 4 toss right play to Naz Johnson. And Johnson like a pinball.
Caldwell, the quarterback.
The key tonight is the quarterback position. Who's going to play better, Jane Caldwell or Kiara Patterson?
But she has struggled a bit. And that's a look at the 4 people in the box. That's Kiara Patterson, the backup over Caldwell. This a direct snap to Naz Johnson.
Aloba, she has to stop Naz Johnson.
And here is Jane Caldwell. You talked about it, Bobby. She's
watch the outside blocking. There's nobody off the edge. Great crackback block. What, Caldwell looked great on this first drive.
Here's the extra point attempt. They're going to keep it on a quarterback sneak. This time Caldwell
backs in the lake can score from anywhere on the field.
From the shotgun, toss right, Michelle Marshall. And Marshall,
she had no plans of playing running back this year, but she's doing so well that they keep playing her there, and she's doing great.
A brutal down, but take a look at this.
Wow, Sherry Awaga, that's the way to bring somebody down if you can't catch them.
And if you're wondering,
best.
A 1st and 10, they're going to stay on the ground with Marshall. Look at Marshall motor.
To Shea Winfrey. LA is going to key on her all night. Let's see if she can come up with big plays.
This time to Shea Winfrey under center on a design keeper.
Held by the center Steph Wickett. I didn't see it.
And that's to Shea Winfrey, just size on these types of plays.
Really surprising how that Austin front line is blowing out the defensive line of Los Angeles. Just a great competitor.
Now the extra point attempt. That is a quick slant. 1-point lead on Los Angeles.
Incredible. They came in as 12-point underdogs. Who would have called? Here it is in the first quarter.
From the shotgun, a 2nd and 5. Inside handoff. That is a draw play to Naz Johnson. Shotgun. Will look to throw it for the first time tonight. That is Kiara Patterson, the backup quarterback. You can see her athleticism.
He gets in the game.
A 2nd and 4. This time Caldwell under center. That is an inside handoff to Scary Sherry in this series.
I think she has the potential to be a great quarterback. She's not there yet. They have a great one on the sideline. Now they might have 2 great.
Austin taking over at its own 15-yard line. Toss right, Michelle Marshall. Oh, another big teared up. This has been a physical start. Let's listen in.
Watch this hit. Bam! There.
You forget that she was an all-fantasy safety with Seattle. A toss right play, Michelle Marshall. Look who comes flying.
So quick and try to get over top of her.
Austin is loving the toss play. Misdirection, cutting across the field. Marissa Goldston looking impressive.
They're driving right down LA's throat.
Ball on the LA side of the field. That is a pitch play to Marissa. Plays with this offense. This time an inside handoff. No fakes to handoff. Now a screen to Goldston. Goldston running out of real estate, and that is a 3rd and 14 from the shotgun. Winfrey looking to pass. Nobody open. Now trying the... This will be a 4th and 14. Ball at the 23. Big pressure from Megan Hansen. And all to Shea Winson. Now from the shotgun. That is a quick screen pass. Cynthia Schmidt, and look at that speed to get away from the defense.
Well, underneath passes, get her the ball, and she make big plays like that.
That is a reverse to Patterson. And look at Patterson. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Cynthia Schmidt in motion from the shotgun. That is a draw play handoff. Angeles now with a 2-point attempt. That is a quarterback keeper. Jane Caldwell into the end zone. And that will... I think you need to give reps to anybody that's your starter. I think this quarterback by committee will ultimately hurt Los Angeles. And that is Michelle. Ball at the Austin 21. Shea Winfrey remains in the shotgun. A little shovel pass to Marshall. And Marshall again for an Austin 1st down. Another handoff, this time to Marissa Goldston, number 20. And barreling Chindu, but the call went against Suzanne Mapes. This is a toss left play. Michelle Marshall getting to the outside.
It's going to be all LFL after tonight's game. Watch this hit. Every time she hits, they go backwards.
Now a second and goal from the shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Michelle Marshall. And a much one-point conversion. Heavy pressure up the middle. Scary Sherry Owaga will not matter. That is Brent. A 1st and 10 from the LA 15. Jane Caldwell now taking off with it. A great running lane. Quarterback at LFL Australia. This is her first year in the LA system. Now taking off with it. Has a lane breaking through.
Run by Caldwell, but a bad play by Steph Wickett. She came down hard instead of keeping containment outside
the end zone. This will be a 2-point attempt. Handoff to Naz Johnson. Look at the speed.
Each time we don't go outside, we lose contain. Each time we don't go.
Yards a carry. Now a 2nd and 6. They're going to keep the ball with Marshall. Look at Marshall cutting.
He mentioned her the entire game.
Mo Gaxiola struggling a bit with 2 reconstructive knee surgeries.
These don't come up too much because what she can do is throw over top of you.
Another shovel pass to Michelle Marshall. Of its timeouts remaining. From the shotgun to Shea Winfrey. Looking down the field, has a receiver and caught your point attempt. In the LFL, you can attempt a 1-point conversion from the 1, and that is what Austin is electing here. That looked to be a designed roll. Now a 1st and 10 at the 15. Los Angeles with the Statue of Liberty play to Naz Johnson. And now a 2nd and 8. Another inside handoff, Naz Johnson. Look at the speed getting to the outside.
Again, they let her get outside.
A 3rd and 2 play, toss right, Naz Johnson cutting it left. And not take a timeout here as the clock continues to run, looking down the field and has a receiver in the corner. That was intended for Kia. 2nd and 10 play, handoff to Naz Johnson up the middle, and Los Angeles now will bounce. Jane Caldwell from the shotgun rolling right. Now a flag. Caldwell gets open again. Here they negate Austin's previous. And that's a handoff to Naz Johnson up the middle. A shoot. Back with halftime festivities.
Find it inside your
Half stats.
A real even first half, fun football. Look at
this. We return you for the second half. Guess what, folks? Kickoff is infection. And obviously that has impacted her breathing ability in the first half. And that should explain for the 20 points Los Angeles gave up. That's Selena Fudge offense, and after a penalty on Los Angeles, the ball's down to the 12-yard line. And there is Whitney
and her in the future here in the LFL.
2nd and 5, ball at the 7-yard line from the shotgun, handoff. That's Michelle Marshall. 8 here in the 3rd quarter. That's a low snap and a bad toss to Marshall. Marshall trying to make the most of it, and finally lines up. They're going to fake the handoff to her. This is a keeper with Shea Winfrey. And soon everybody went for Brenda Lynn, the fullback, opening up to Shea Winfrey, and that's Michelle Marshall. They are really starting to key in on Marshall. We'll see if they decide to open up this offense on this series, and they do just that. Down the field, Cynthia Schmidt. We thought Austin climbs back in. Kiera Patterson, cold off the bench, connects for a 35-yard touchdown pass. His numbers not very bad at all, 3 of 4, and she did account for a pair of scores on the ground. So a bit.
It's working for him.
Now Austin on offense. That first play to Chastity Morales, and this one to Michelle ISOing on number 14. A 3rd and 7 play from the shotgun. That's to Shea Winfrey. And trying to lower her shoulder. Shea Winfrey starting to look comfortable in this offense. A 4th and 1 handoff. Marshall. And it looks like Marshall. That should be cause for alarm in Los Angeles. This is to Shea Winfrey. Great edge pressure breaking through. That's to Shea.
Absolutely horrible blocking by Steph Wickett. She was one-on-one with Mapes. An open field could have been a big.
Opposite end, they're giving up a lot of yardage and points to Austin. This is Marissa Goldston. That was Monique Gaxiola going high. Lead. 3rd and 2 for Shea Winfrey and company. That seemed to be a design handoff, a bit of miscommunication. Winfrey keeping the play alive, now throwing across her body to Marissa Gold. 4th and 1 turns into a 4th and 6.
That was huge.
That's a screenplay to Marshall. That looks to be Kiara Patterson remaining in at quarterback and looking to the right side into Jane Caldwell. Now Caldwell on the sideline and Patterson looking ugly there in the pocket. Their reps the way Los Angeles is.
I believe just like baseball, if you have a hot pitcher, you keep her in. Right now, the hot quarterback.
Let's not take away from the gravity of this play. Austin has got to get a stop here. Great pressure the entire game. A big 4th and 7 stop, and now
I'll tell you what, Idleburg after tonight will know how to contain. I'll guarantee you.
The 10-yard line, a 2nd and 2, rolling right. Winfrey throwing across her body, complete to Marshall. And look at the open field.
Chindu, she's known to take cheap shots once in a while.
And here's the 1st and goal play, finding a receiver.
Is the ultimate competitor. She won't take no, and she will not take a loss to L.A.
That is a toss right to Michelle. After that Los Angeles penalty, handoff to Marshall. And look at Agam Chichindu. Conference playoff picture. Patterson remaining in at quarterback, looking down the field, now under pressure. Very smartly dumps it off to Megan. A 2nd and 1 play. Patterson under center. Dropping back to pass, now has a lane wide open. Gonna go right down the middle. That is yards.
Smart play, trip set to the right. All the defensive backs went to the trip set. There was nobody in the safety position.
Ball at the Austin 9-yard line. This is a design quarterback keeper. And Patterson.
Coach Suianoa's decision to play 2 quarterbacks. They're both playing very well.
As a direct, trying to regain the lead. That's a toss left. Marissa Gold's left for this Austin offense. From the shotgun, Winfrey in the open field, nearly intercepted. Quarterback to get settled into her LFL career. That's a toss left. Marissa Goldston climbing back into this game. This is crucial. Winfrey back to pass, has a wide open Chassid. A 1st and 10 now. Ball at the LA 23. Handoff and a fumble. At some point, they're going to have 2 opponents, Los Angeles and the clock. That's a handoff to Michelle Marshall. And Marshall. Now the Austin offense. Winfrey deep in the pocket, plenty of time. Looking to the end zone, has a receiver. Unfortunately, that's Agam Chichindu. And Chichindu bringing it back to almost midfield. Take us to a media timeout. A promising Patterson under center, handoff, Sherry Awaga. And Awaga still cranking her feet. 3rd and 4 for Kiara Patterson back in the shotgun, looking down the field, trying to avoid the rush. Now from the backs, Patterson under center, fakes the handoff, off the edge to Mika Idleburg. And a 1st and 10 at the Austin 22. This is Tashay Winfrey. Quick dump off to Chastity Morales. 23-yard line. From the shotgun, Winfrey dropping back. Well covered are all her receivers. Now throwing into the facing a 3rd and 5 from the LA 23. Winfrey back to pass in the flat. Again throwing.
Suzanne Mapes, she didn't move. Right now, Winfrey should not look that way. She come off that, threw the ball right at Mapes. I have no.
Los Angeles will now simply run out the clock. A 2nd and 10 play. That is Jane Caldwell back into the
temptation.
Both of those Tashay Winfrey interceptions coming late in the 4th quarter, just when you need your quarterback. A 1st and 10 now. Ball at the Austin 18-yard line. That is Sherry Awaga. And they are not going to be able to bring her down.
That's going to be a whale of a football game. I cannot wait to see that.
That is another design keeper by Jane.
Jane Caldwell, this is what she's great at. She is like a fullback. We mentioned it playing.
Quarter and the Austin Acoustic season. Back to pass is Winfrey. Gonna take off with a great tackle. That is
people know about. And a young, solid quarterback. That's going to be a fun game to watch.
And we're going to be winding this one down. Tashay Winfrey looking for Chastity.